Brad.
Humans are so interesting. So many humans. Did anyone bring any treats?
The apples?
Any apples? It's almost dinner time.
Well, how are the three of you doing? We haven't. Well, we will be doing fan questions, so if you have a question, start thinking. There's a microphone right here on this side of the room, so start thinking. But to kick things off for the three of you, we're approaching, I think, 2 decades since you recorded Death Note. I'm sorry to confirm the passage of time, but I am curious to know what your relationship with Death Note kind of looks like now across, all of these different fan conventions, getting to meet more people, hearing the impact that your roles have had on people. How has that kind of evolved for you?
It's incredible. It's bigger than it's ever been. I think I can say that without hesitation. When we did this almost 20 years ago, it was a different time. Anime was, you had to really seek it out. It wasn't mainstream at all. And so while Death Note was a phenomenon back then, I think it's exponential, the sort of virality of it now, which is amazing. It's so cool to be in a room this big with all of you guys because of this one story. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I agree. It seems like it's kind of gaining a new fan base year after year, and the old fan base is not going anywhere either. So there's just so many more people discovering it and people remembering it, hopefully fondly, and it's kind of taking on its own life. It's wonderful.
We've had a real bonus as well that's kind of come out of this. Brad and AJ and I, and even Shannon, unfortunately, wasn't able to be here. We never worked together on this show at all, because in dubbing, you just go in the room one at a time. You go in, you record yours, and you maybe high-five Brad on the way out. Hey, give her, but you're never acting together and performing together. But for the past 3 years and a bit now, we're invited out to a lot more conventions, and COVID was subsiding and all that. So we said, oh yeah, we can do a few of these, and it's been just really fun to sort of hang out as kind of a band on the road when we're not crazily doing shows or things during the week, that we still all have other shows and work that we do, and have available weekends. We get to come out and do this kind of stuff. It's fun to see how it's just still held on and had so much success, from The Simpsons doing the Treehouse of Horror episode, and Netflix making a not so great movie, and even right in a couple of months from now, the Death Note musical opens in the West End of London. 50 shows in the West End of London, that is amazing. So it's pretty wild that this show has the legs that it does.
Do the three of you have a trip planned to go see the musical, or?
I wish it landed at the same time, because in May we do MCM London, we do a big convention in London, but it's just
We go to rehearsals. We should talk to somebody.
Yeah, if we could show up at rehearsal, maybe if we could sneak
Put
in.
it out there.
It might be. I mean, it's a huge show, right? So
It is like almost 2 months before they
Yeah, it's a
so I
little
don't know.
early.
We'll see.
Who knows?
If not, maybe we'll just have to do our own reprisal.
Yeah, and unfortunately, when it is up and running, we have a back-to-back convention scheduled through this summer that's insane. I even looked, I'm like, I don't think there's a weekend we could even get away to fly to London to go see it. So, but knowing that it's doing 50 shows in the West End at this time, it's gonna come across the pond, and before we know it, as soon as it gets to North America, we'll be in the front row.
where is the justice? Guilty, I'll go free. Are you available?
I'm in, man. Yeah, I've been learning how to play some of the songs on guitar too.
Oh,
So maybe next time, I'll be able to rip into like Stalemate or Hurricane or something. Who knows?
Touching on dubbing, it's so interesting when you search like the best dubs out there. Death Note is always at the top of the list. What do you think it is about your dub that kind of sets it apart from its peers?
we are very good.
Well, we are. long since given up on trying to understand the whys of this industry and why sometimes things work and don't. Often I've been in projects that I think are going to be huge and they die. And then something that I've done, you know, even Death Note at the time, it was a really cool character that I legitimately loved, and it was a show that if I had just been flipping through channels, I would have stopped and watched, so I knew it was cool. But would I ever have thought that 20 years later I'd still be talking about it? No, no way. I have the same feeling about a few Barbie DVDs that I did the voice for. I was Kenough for a while, and would I ever think that 20 years later I'd still be talking? No, but here we are.
We were also very fortunate on Death Note and a lot of other series that we worked on, anime and otherwise, that we had an incredible director named Carl Willems, who really appreciated the subject matter, understood and knew each of us individually from working on other projects, that I think he had a good idea in his head of how it could come together with the cast that they had put in place. And without his incredible vision, I don't think it would have come off as well as it did. So, you know, hats off to him for doing such an incredible job, trying to visualize how it was all going to work, you know, like I said, bringing in one actor at a time. And he had to have an idea of how these characters were actually going to interact with each other in the final edit, so.
Yeah, we only can go in and we're really hyper-focused on our character and the performance we give for that scene one at a time as we go through those scenes, and each one of us focused on just our scene, whereas Carl has to see the whole episode. And then he has to know a bit more than the whole episode, what's coming in future episodes. And I remember getting notes from him, let's pull this back a little bit because he knows something else that's coming where that's where I want the build to be. Or let's make this a little more humorous because this is a great part to lighten it a little bit. Make Ryuk even be a bit more silly with this sequence than maybe he was in the sub version. So a lot of credits for certainly goes to Carl, who we managed to. We were so excited at Fan Expo Vancouver, where we're from. We managed to get Carl to come in and do a panel with us in Vancouver, and I think a lot of fans were appreciative to hear some of his comments about the work he did on that show.
Well, us too, because we're so tired of hearing each other's stories that we were like kids in a candy store with Carl out there. Oh, talk some more. Tell us your version of it. Yeah, it's great.
Well, I hope you're
Tell us how great we are.
Well, I hope you're not too tired of hearing yourselves talk because we are going to turn things over to the fans now.
Hey, okay.
Questions.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to start forming a line right here.
Not all at once.
What's your name and what's your question?
And we'll probably have to have it just one question per person because of the people that are lining up.
And we have about 20 minutes, so we will.
Yeah, we're gonna go as quick as we
We'll be
can.
succinct. One person can answer. Okay, we'll trade off. Here we go.
Hi. So my question is, what was the line that you thought was going to be very difficult that ended up not being difficult when you did it in the booth?
A line that was difficult that ended up not being difficult.
I'll take a potato chip.
The very last line, I think, of the series, it seems like it would be difficult because you're, not the very last line, but the very last sequences for me. With Ryuk, I told you in the very beginning that I would be the one writing your name in the notebook when you die.
That one was difficult for me.
There are many types of monsters in this world. That whole speech, I just remember thinking, this is a lot, this is a big monologue. I gotta get this right. But then it just sort of flowed, and it was, I think it was like one take, and yeah, I remember that.
We're that good.
Great question. What's your name and what's your question?
My name is Daniel Madison. Oh, sorry. My name is Daniel Madison. I wonder which one is better live action to you, the Japanese version or the Netflix version?
Japanese version.
Easy answer. Also, if you can find that one in English, we provided all the English voice tracks for the dub of the Japanese live action film, so.
Although props to Willem Dafoe, I think he's a pretty cool Ryuk.
But the guy who played Al in the Japanese live action just killed it. He was so good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great question. Thank you.
Just
Next up, what's your name and what's your question?
My name is Lynn. I'd like to know what you think your characters would order at a coffee shop.
Caramel macchiato, double sweet, triple sweet, with whipped cream and sprinkles. Thank you.
I would be upset. I would only want apple juice.
Apple spice latte.
Yeah.
Chocolate milk, extra whipped cream, and maybe a bendy straw.
Thank you.
Great question. What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name's Aslin, and I hear a lot of people talking about if they think Light is justified in his actions, but I was wondering if you thought that if Ryuk was justified in his actions.
Thank you!
What wacky friends do you have that think Light is justified in his actions? Sheesh.
Once
Anyways,
that's it for him.
I'm sorry I was bored. Maybe nothing would have happened with the book, but of course I was justified. I'm a god of death. I can do what I want.
Thank you.
Don't encourage him.
Hi, I'm Anne. My question is, what is your opinion of the Japanese live-action films compared to the anime?
Compared to the anime, interesting. Yeah, it's kind of cool that the manga is slightly different from the anime, which is slightly different from the Japanese live-action films, which is a completely different world from the Netflix film. I like that they took the story and didn't try and into one film. I like that they had a series of films, but I kind of liked it for a little bit of variety.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Great question. What's your name and what's your question?
I'm Jim, and my question is about your time with Ocean Studios, because they were kind of the gold standard for a while for anime dubbing and you know, X-Men and stuff like that. So, do you have any fond memories of some of your other cast members there that you've worked with in the past?
Yeah, absolutely. I worked on, it was the beginning of my career was at Ocean Studios. I did do a G.I. Joe series before, but Dragon Ball Z was, Vegeta was my first anime role, and that was at Ocean. It was a blast, just kind of learning all about anime and the world, screaming my guts out, losing my voice. It was an insane process. But like Carl Williams, who directed Death Note, we worked on lots of projects with Carl. James Corrigal, who currently directs not so much dubbing anymore, but a lot of other shows, is one of the main directors of all animation in Vancouver. It was a fabulous experience, a great place even for new performers to sort of cut their teeth, as it were, to learn the aspects of working as a voice performer in a place like Ocean Studios. And we had a lot of fun in that place. It was great.
An example of one of the cartoons, nice try. X-Men Evolution was recorded there. Carl directed that one as well, and it was really cool having all the actors in the same room at the same time, which happens on Prelay series. But looking around the room and not seeing actors standing by microphones, but seeing characters. So Scott McNeil, who played Wolverine, I'm standing there doing Nightcrawler like this for no reason, and like wash my tail that doesn't exist. Look out, it's everywhere. Yeah.
He wasn't in the room, and then he was in the room.
I'm playing poker as Gambit in the corner.
That's right. Yeah.
I just remember the snacks being very good at Ocean. That's all I know.
I've heard that, yeah.
No.
Thank you. Next question.
Thank you. I'm Mason. My question has to do with why Nier won and L didn't. My kind of fan theory on that is L could not win using the notebook. That would be cheating in the end and died pure, whereas Nier outsmarted Light in the end, but I'd be curious why you all thought Nier.
I have a slightly different theory on that, which is that I don't think, well, two things. I don't think that L actually wanted to catch him, because I think their relationship, they were so intertwined. I think he'd never had another human being that he connected with like that before, that he felt was actually his peer, intellectually, whatever. So I think that was part of it. I think he just wanted the hunt, the chase to go on, subconsciously maybe. And also there was another aspect which was part of the justification, which is that he needed to be 100% certain. Not 99.9, needed to be irrefutable, and he didn't quite get there in time. That's it, from my perspective.
Thank you.
Good question. What is your name and what is your question?
I'm Idri, and my question is just like, what line was a complete pain in the ass to film? Like, you didn't want to do it, and it was awful when you were trying to record it.
I didn't really have any didn't want to do it lines. I did find the kind of comic changes that he made, the eating apple stuff was more complicated, and sometimes complicated lines, because you're matching an already existing mouth flaps, they can just be tricky, and the more times you have to do a line to get it to match, it does become more irritating when you're like, take 6, and I'm ending that line too soon, or I'm not having the biting sound, into the apple at the right time. Like, those can be annoying. So I remember those sequences being more challenging for sure than when Ryuk was just having a conversation, because they were technical. Dubbing is very technical, and it can make certain sequences tricky.
Sometimes you have to read lines that I know my mother would not approve of. This is the first time in my life I've been provoked to hit a woman. Sorry, Mom.
You don't write that on very many pops, do you?
I try not to write down too many prints, yeah.
Thank you.
Very fun question, thank you. What's your name, what's your question?
Hi, my name is Liv, and my question is, what was your favorite episode to dub?
Favorite episode?
My favorite was the episode where Elle and Light meet for the first time. The show becomes a bit of like a buddy rom-com at the college, you know?
Heated Rivalry, has anyone seen that?
The tennis version. Yeah, just that, I found that episode to be so unexpectedly light in its tone and charming. It also has that great moment where he reveals to him, I'm out. And that sort of crazy chess game between the two of them takes an unexpected move and takes the series in a whole other direction that I didn't see coming either. So yeah, that's mine probably.
I still like the first sequences that I have with Light, because it's exciting. You're on a brand new show, you're recording something, so there's always a memory of doing that. Now the nerves are a little higher because you're trying to make it good and make it right, but it's actually a very fun sequence when he first appears to Light, when Light holds the death note.
I both liked and loathed the last episode. It was a lot of fun to record. I was a little nervous going in, but I really enjoyed it, but I also didn't want the show to end, so I was kind of moody. But prior to that, too, the episode with the tennis match between Elle and Light is still one of my favorites. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great question. What's your name, what's your question?
Hi, my name is Jacob. I'm wondering, after all these years, what do you think your characters still continue to connect with audiences, whether it was people who grew up with it originally aired, or someone new who came across it on Crunchyroll or Netflix and is discovered for the first time and just love the show. So it's like, why each of your characters do you think continually finds new fans? No
I have no idea.
There's a lot of sociopaths out there.
Yeah, right, I guess. Yeah. I found my peoples.
I think because it's a series that if you haven't seen it before, you drop right into it, episode 1 right away. You're like, whoa, what does this kid do? Like right off the top, you get into it in the first 20 minutes, and because they're not too long, the episode's really 20 minutes. You can get into episode 2 really quick, and then you're just drawn in to the cat and mouse really fast, and rapidly Light is on a path that initially many people are like, we all think, what would I do if what's Light doing? He's maybe he should be doing that. Those are some really bad guys. And then you're like, whoa, what is he doing? Those weren't really those bad, terrible people. And you want to see it through one way or the other, with Light catching him, Elle catching him, with Light escaping, with Nier, you just get pulled right in. And that's what happened to me. I watched it a year ago. I hadn't seen it since I recorded it. And I thought, I'm going to watch an episode, see how it goes. And I binged it in 3 days. I was like, this is so good. I've never done that with another show. And so I think it just draws you in, because it's an easy watch. And the episodes are really put together well to not let you off the hook, to sort of drift away from it.
Yeah, and the moral questions that it asks aren't going anywhere. They're universal. And yeah, I think that's also part of it, right? It's not, it's fun, but it's not just entertainment. It asks something of a little more depth of the viewer as well as us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's also no finite answers to some of these like debates that we have. So we're having the same debates now as we did almost 20 years ago when the show first came out. So that's kind of exciting when you have new people that have just discovered the show that now you can have those conversations with. And there's no right or wrong answer. Everybody's right and everybody's wrong. It's kind of wonderful. It's just this vicious cycle.
Everybody's right, classic light.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Great question, and we
Thank
are
you.
at the 10-minute mark, so we will try to get through as many of you we can. What's your name? What's your question?
My name's Haley. I was just wondering if any of you guys had a specific line that you just favorited delivering and you just loved it and you think about it to this day.
Humans are so interesting.
Can you set me up? Can you say, I can't imagine a world without light?
I can't imagine a world without light.
Yes, that would be dark. I am justice.
Ooh,
Justice
Save our
Army. Love it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Great
you.
question. What's your name? What's your question?
Hello, my name's Kareem. I've been a fan of Death Note since I was 9. Pretty young to watch the series, but my question is, which of your characters' lines that is unintentionally funny is your favorite?
I'll take a potato chip and eat it. I snickered when I recorded that in the session, but then I just moved right on to my next line. It wasn't until I went to my first convention afterwards and people were practically throwing potato chips at me. Oh, I'm not the only one that took pause at that sequence. Yeah, pretty funny.
I don't know, I can't think of one that's unintentionally funny. Most of my humorous bits are meant to be, especially with the Apple sequences. They're meant to be humorous, so I didn't know one of mine that was unintentionally funny.
Yeah, like similarly, I just love his relationship with Misa when he's sort of subtly dissing her, or not so subtly. Another one of my favorites is just when he's like, actually, I find you don't gain weight as long as you burn calories by using your brain.
Thanks.
Great question. Thank you.
Misa, fire away.
My name's Leah. If you've seen or if you've listened to the musical, what is your favorite song?
Oh.
I love Where is the Justice? Woo! But I've been into. Do you guys have that? No. I'm just gonna steal this. Take it.
Yeah.
Stalemate is one that I've kind of been listening to a little bit more. I just love kind of funk vibe to it. But Hurricane is also like a very pretty, beautiful song. So like those are the three that I'm kind of listening to over and over again right now. But I will expand my repertoire as I, dive more into the musical.
I still do like the Rem and Ryuk song. Yeah. It's fun, I can't remember the name of it. Humans are something. Only human, that's it. Yeah.
They're only human.
Yeah, thank you.
Great question. What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name is Katie Monk, and my question is, what would you think Ryuk's favorite apple byproduct would be? Not actual apples, like...
Apple pie product. Oh my. Let's see. It's gotta be applesauce. Those little squeeze tubes you use it. Concentrated, yes.
I'd love to see him full of apple cider.
Exactly.
Maybe apple teenies.
Yeah, apple teenies, come on. Thank you.
Question. What's your name? What's your question?
I'm Sophia, and I was wondering if Light had gotten the Death Note, and the Death Note actually, instead of killing people, it gave you items. Like whatever you draw in it, it gave you an item. What do you think Light would have done with it?
Potato chips, no. So many potato chips. Oh, that's a tough question. A really bad answer came into my head. I cannot say out loud. At that point, early in the story, I think he would use it to advance himself educationally. There's a real word.
Boring.
Yeah, totally. He'd give himself, some kind of a master's of something.
Nobody's watching that series.
Or maybe a tennis championship.
Yeah, maybe there we are. Thank you.
Very fun
That's
question.
not a good answer. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you.
What's your name?
Gold
What's your question?
I know what I would want. So many toys to collect. Yes.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and my question for you is, do you think that Light became a Shinigami when he died?
I mean, when you use the Death Note, you can no longer go to heaven or hell, and there is kind of an inkling, almost like a teaser, that we get to see Light as a Shinigami. So, heck yeah, I'm jumping on, because I want to see more of the Shinigami realm. So I'm going to go, yes, Light became a Shinigami, and show me what that looks like. Please and thank you. Yeah, spin-off would be great, man.
Welcome to the club.
Let me audition.
What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name is Gabe, and a lot of people in the fandom ship Light and L, so I was wondering what your opinion of that ship is.
Well, I mean, you lock them together in chains, and you're bound to draw that connection. Yeah. Do you have an actual answer to that?
Yes.
What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Zachary, and I'd like to know what was your favorite line when recording?
Favorite line? That's like picking a favorite child. Which of your parents have a favorite child?
I referred to it earlier. It's that moment when he says, I want to tell you, I'm Hal. And just the way it's animated, everything about it, I just think that stands out in my mind as just a killer moment.
This is one, for me, one of the most disturbing scenes of Light's in the show. It's because I'm Kira. Ooh, snap. Kira, I can't really get behind you anymore. Yeah.
Apples in the human world are worth the trip.
Thank you. Great question. What's your name? What's your question?
Hello, I'm Jasmine. How
Hi,
are
Jasmine.
you?
Jasmine.
I wanted to ask, if your characters were to go into the wrestling ring, what music would you like to use as your entry?
If your characters were going to go in the wrestling ring, what music would you use to enter with?
Yep.
That's a good question.
It has to be something from Maximum the Hormone, right? Let's throw Zetsubo Billy in there. Why not? That'd be a great entrance music for Light. Yeah.
I think it would be a pretty low-key walk to the ring for L. I don't know, like something emo, like, I don't know, Joy Division.
There's got to be some kind of death metal I think would be pretty fun. Just the way he dresses and all of his piercings of leather and...
It'd be something from Guar.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Barbie Girl, yeah.
Absolutely Barbie Girl. That's another spin-off series. I'd love to see the wrestling version of Death Note. All right.
What's your name?
I'm Jim. I guess my question is, since Brad played both characters, suppose if Amuro from Gundam found the notebook and he met Ryuk, what do you think their relationship would be?
Well, I mean, Amuro, the first Gundam pilot, kind of took that in stride. Hey, giant mech, I'll just hop in my powder blue leisure suit and yellow turtleneck and figure out how this works. So I have a feeling Amuro would fare much better than Light did as far as the initial interactions, and probably because he's such an earnest character, probably would have had be less affected by the evil of the Death Note. Although absolute power corrupts absolutely, so we would see. Okay, another spin-off series I want to see.
Yes! Death Gundams.
This can give you some idea.
2 minutes left. These are going to be quick answers.
Okay. What's your name?
Excuse me, I don't have a voice right now. My name is Nicholas. I wanted to know, you mentioned earlier that you would all go record like alone, not with each other, right?
Yeah.
Did that sort of make things difficult to like, if say you were having a conversation or your character's having a conversation to sort of play off one another, could you still do that?
Yeah.
It was tricky. Sometimes if Brad had already recorded before me, I would sometimes ask to hear how he had done it. But it was rare, like most of the time you're just doing it and trusting
the director,
the editors that they're going to put it together. In this case, they did.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
It's more difficult and it pays less. Go figure.
Hi, my name is Ellie, and my question is, because both Light and Elle are so super smart, is there a time where you've been both impressed by either or both of their intelligence and how they played things out?
Impressed by their intelligence?
Yeah, like the way they plan things out and it worked in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, the whole sequence where Light has rigged up the desk drawer with the false compartment stuff really reminds me of watching old Tom and Jerry cartoons where they'd have the blueprint of this elaborate mouse or cat, catch and trap, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Light Yagami, right? I love it.
Good question, and you are our final question.
Oh, no.
Thank you so much for coming. If you didn't, are you guys heading back to
Yeah, you can definitely come to our tables and ask questions there. We're there for the rest of the day today, and we'll answer any of them that we didn't get to, come say hi to us.
We'll be around tomorrow as well.
And all day tomorrow and be a little quieter, we can answer. I have lots of fun doing that at my table too.
Let's put our hands
Hi,
together.
I'm Ramya, and my question is for Brad, and I wanted to ask, how did you approach playing Light as a hero versus a villain?
He's a hero.
Total hero. It's still one of my favorite auditions because I had basically one page of dialogue, and because the show had just come out in Japan, they had lines from the first episode all the way to the last episode. So I'm looking at this page and I'm like, okay, mild-mannered Japanese student. Cool, I've done that before. And then I get to the bottom of the page, maniacal psychopath laughter. I'm like, oh, that might be a bit of a twist, but it's very rare that you get to play a character who's the good guy and the bad guy. Arguably, some might not, agree that he's a good guy at all, but no. So I don't know. It's just
10 minutes. He was there.
It's fun. Also, you have these incredible visuals to kind of work off of. So like that kind of helps you to just decide how evil he is at any given time. So yeah, it was a blast. Did I actually answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. I know we're rushed for time, so I'm like, speak fast.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming and thank you all.
Yes, thanks for coming. Let's say hi to our table.